Stop being afraid to outshine your friends. Have you ever dimmed your light just to make your friends more comfortable? Maybe you didn't dress your best because you didn't want to look better than them. Or you downplayed your success because you knew it would make them feel insecure. If you've been there, I want you to listen closely. Being afraid to shine around your friends doesn't just hold you back, it actually chips away at your self esteem in the long run. And honestly, if your friends can't handle you being your best self, that's a sign that they might not be the right people to be in your circle. One of the reasons so many women hold themselves back around their friends is due to fear of envy or backlash. If you show up looking your best or you share a big accomplishment, you know it might trigger their jealousy deep down inside. Suddenly, your friend might make a slick comment to humble you, go quiet when you share good news, or even start competing with you. That fear of envy makes a lot of women tone themselves down just to avoid drama. But the truth is, their envy says more about them than it does about you. If your friend believes you're more attractive or successful than she is, that's actually her problem, not yours. Most women are terrified of rejection. A lot of women fear that if they shine too bright, their friends will distance themselves from them. Nobody wants to feel excluded or gossiped about, so they choose to blend in instead of standing out. I don't know about you, but if I have to tone down my looks, intelligence, or achievements to be accepted by a group of insecure women, I'd much rather be solo. And don't even get me started about the way women are conditioned to be modest. From a young age, women are taught that being too confident, too attractive, or too successful makes you unlikable. So when women have friends who are struggling with insecurity, they almost feel guilty for being happy or proud of themselves. Guilt and empathy can also make women dim their own light around their insecure friends. Some women are just deeply empathetic, and they don't want their friends to feel small. So instead of celebrating themselves, they shrink so everyone else can feel big. But that's not even true empathy. That's self-sabotage. As a former people pleaser, I used to take on my friends' insecurities as if they were my own while simultaneously watering myself down. This did nothing but create a dynamic where my friends were comfortable disrespecting me and punishing me for my positive qualities. Here's the most dangerous part about being afraid to outshine your friends. If you stay in environments where your beauty, intelligence, or success is punished, you'll stop growing. You'll unconsciously keep yourself small so you don't lose your friends. And before you know it, years go by and you're still in the same place, wondering why you're not living the life you know you're capable of. When you keep telling yourself you can't wear something, say something, or just be an elevated version of yourself in fear of making your homegirls feel insecure, you're basically training your brain to believe that your best self is too much. And that will slowly destroy your confidence. You'll start resenting your friends without even realizing it. Because deep down, you'll know the only reason you're not showing up as your full self is because of them. And that naturally creates bitterness and distance in the friendship. I'm telling you this from experience. Your insecure friends are not worth sabotaging your potential. When you're constantly hiding your wins, your talents, and your personality from your so-called friends, you start hiding yourself from people who would actually celebrate you and help you win. That means you miss out on things like networking, collaborations, and connections that could elevate you even further in life. If you can't be your best self around your friends, you'll get into the habit of being your worst self around everyone else. Friends who resent your greatness aren't really your friends. True friends clap when you win. They don't guilt trip you for having more. They see it as proof that it's possible for them to have more in life as well. But insecure friends will try to humble you, minimize you, or even sabotage you. And the longer you keep them around, the harder it will be for you to grow. If you don't want to be like your loser, insecure friends, you have to give yourself permission to shine unapologetically. Your beauty, success, and abundance does not take away from anyone else. Let your presence filter your friend group. If someone makes you feel guilty for being your best self, that's your sign that they don't belong in your future. And most importantly, choose growth-minded friends. The women worth having in your life are the ones who celebrate your glow, encourage your dreams, and see your success as inspiration instead of competition. So if you've been afraid to outshine your friends, I want you to remember this. Dimming your light doesn't save your friendships. It only destroys your self-worth. The right people will never ask you to shrink. So show up as your best, unapologetic self and let the wrong ones fall away. Your glow will attract the people who are meant to be in your life. All right, guys, that is all for today's video. If you guys want to keep up with more of my content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Reina Safo. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!